Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Today we're going to be painting.
That's right, folks. Tonight,
Drybrushing, hopefully.
Yeah. He's got a little bit more work to do before he's totally ready to be dry brushing the Wizkids Storm Giant miniature.
I think I've done all the washing.
It's really, really looking pretty good.
Except for, of course, the sword.
I'm totally ready for dry brushing. I'm going to try something a little crazy tonight. But I've done all the...
Not as crazy as...
Let's not go back into that, folks.
I wasn't going to say that.
I understand. But there she is. Let's give them both a nice look. He still also needs to work on the lightning bolt.
Again! It's still... There's still nothing there. I've done 2 coats over it. And now, it just... There's just a spot. The paint doesn't want to
see right where my finger is? The paint just is just wicking away. It refuses to be painted. I think you might want to try actually just hitting it with a little bit of white, letting it dry. And
that won't work because then...
Then the detail will be gone?
No, not the detail. Then it'll be a completely different shade of blue underneath.
I don't know. But for some reason the paint's just not sticking there. And I've had that happen to me a couple of times. It's really aggravating.
So like you have those, what are those, like waterproof sprays or whatever?
Right. It's for whatever reason, it just does not want to stick. But so far, I want to get rid of the shine that all the blue wash has created. If you notice everywhere, it's just really shiny. Her robes and dress or what have you are just... They're not supposed to be shiny like that. That's not the effect I'm looking for.
Metal is.
Right, the metal looks fine, but it's not as shiny for some reason. But we're going to get started.
Weird, mine doesn't have that effect.
I'm going to be using a little bit of Viejo Silver. I'm actually going to try something different tonight. I'm actually going to use one of these Viejo shifters that I absolutely hate. But I want something...
Why do you hate them?
I just... Because they look white, but then when you hit just the right angle, then the color shifting comes in. We're going to do a review on these at some point.
I don't hate them. He does.
I'm also going to be using some Viejo Luftwaffe gray because I'm running out of all my other grays, and then some Viejo white to mix in to lighten this up because this is just that gray is might as well be, you know, it's so dark. I just don't want it. Yes, she's a cloud giant, and yes, it could be, you know, dark to meld with the clouds, but it's not what I'm looking for. I thought I had a bunch of other Viejo grays, but it turns out I don't. I have like metallic grayish metal.
Wait, is it the dark first or the light first?
What color are you trying to get?
Lighter blue.
Start with the blue.
Yeah.
Well, you're too late, right? And then just add the white until you're where you're at. Where that should be enough. Here.
Mixing brush.
Actually, you know what I've been doing?
What? Using the back of the brush.
Yep. As you can see, that brush over there, has actually got a little blue tip on it. Okay. First, which you.
What? What? You look at the bottom. Or you look at that. Better even.
I just want to keep the caps where they belong so we don't mix them.
You're right.
Sometimes if you put the wrong cap on...
yes, it makes a big mistake. It's very... Don't do that.
Yeah. Because the next time you use it, the first couple of squirts will be tainted with the wrong color. And I need the white.
Oh, it might even be permanently damaged if it's...
Yeah, it could be. Just avoid that, folks.
Yeah.
Just a little tip from us. And...
Do you think this is light enough blue?
To do the skin?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Try
to get as much paint off of this as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually going to take your advice and add a tiny bit more blue wash to a few areas. Just so that that the light blue...
It's driving me crazy. Every time I mix it, it's just making that noise. This table isn't the sturdiest, so everything shakes when I start mixing this.
Yeah, I know that firsthand.
Sorry,
Because if you remember back when the camera was attached to the table,
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, I don't know why we stopped, because it wasn't that bad. I mean, it was not the best, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna rig up something where I can just have a
But
more sturdy.
it was very bad whenever he would do anything, because the table would start shaking.
Yeah.
Very badly. Or I guess you would shake the table.
Yeah.
That's more accurate.
My next paints like I'm doing right now. And so I hope you guys all had a great weekend. We had a really, really nice extra day on our weekend, starting with Friday.
Yes.
It was nice relaxing weekend.
Yes.
Preceded by a crazy night last Friday.
What happened?
After Ten Cars Tavern, I went on to, I believe it was Table Breakers or Legion of Myth. Yeah, it was Legion of Myth. And Max had the longest live stream I've ever been part of, and you guys really made me feel right at home. Thanks, Bruce and Max and everybody else there. Make sure you subscribe to Legion of Myth and Bruce Lombardo's game Table Breakers. They are a bunch of great guys. And then
Did you shake the table?
yeah,
Very much. So.
sorry. Okay. And then Saturday I went over to T-Shirt Historians live chat, and there was a bunch of crazy people there, and that they also made me feel very at home. And I hope you guys all go and give their channels a subscribe for us. You know, in addition to Tankar and Biggest Geekus and all the people that I've been chatting with during the week and on the weekend, you guys have all been really, really nice to us, and I really appreciate it. And all the people from those channels that came over here recently, I hope you guys enjoy what you see. What are you looking for, little man?
The metal thing.
Oh, the
Poke tool.
You know what? I think it's.
Probably in there.
It was. That's weird.
I think it's over there.
I don't know where it is. And we used to have two.
Is it there?
No, I didn't put it back there. I put it over here somewhere.
I thought I saw it.
You're not able to get that bottle open, huh? Don't force it, because it'll just explode all over the table.
Yes, I did that twice.
Yeah, I actually had a bottle. The nipple actually exploded from the side.
Oh yeah. I forgot you can do that.
Oh, just take the nipple off and yeah.
Yes.
Until
you meant it literally
broke
popped open?
Yeah, from the side. Way back in the beginning when
I thought you meant that it just
no
popped open.
No, when I first started using Army Painter paints, one of the colors, I couldn't find it. I don't know where it is.
You sure it's not that? No. Not even the.
Maybe it's. No, I honestly don't know where it is. Unless it's in one of the water cups.
I doubt it.
I honestly don't know where it is.
Would this work?
You can try it, but you know what I was going to say is...
Just open it?
You just... No, watch. The nipple top comes out.
I know that.
Did that work?
No, it didn't.
Just back and forth it a little couple of times, and then just drop it real... Watch. And then just put it in... No. Get the paint out of here.
Oh.
Put that there, and you can get the paint out of
I need to dry brush.
We'll use something else to get the paint out, and then, like that blue-tipped brush.
Oh. Oh no.
All right, folks.
Oh no. This is a big problem. Not necessarily a massive problem, but still a problem.
Okay. So basically, I did all that shaking of the table because I want to turn her cloak gray, but I the only reason I painted all this blue was so that I could get some of the recesses and things like that, and also the little lines that are drawn into the cape, and hopefully those will stay blue.
Yeah, I think that's the best much. Get out of that.
Just be very careful when you do it that way. Is it like really dried up or something?
No, there's not much left.
Really?
Okay, no, that wasn't good. I thought maybe it just wasn't coming out because it wasn't reaching the bottom yet, but yeah. But nope, that was not the case. Okay, so dry brush. Where is the?
There's the Army Painters.
I'll use this one.
It's kind of doing what I want, but it's not perfect.
This is not doing what I want at all.
And then over this, I'm actually going to probably dry brush a little white, and then I'm going to actually use the Army Painter not Army Painter, Vallejo shifter, and see how that works.
There's too
Because
much.
it was just too bright blue for what I was shooting for. But you know, you got to try new things. It's painting after all, and you can always go back and throw it in some awesome and strip it all the way back down to the plastic, or paint it white and start over. Which I know a lot of people don't like doing that, but sometimes that's what you got to do unless you can fix it. Especially if you think you've passed that point. I forget who was talking about it. I think it was maybe Vince, who was talking about when you're painting a miniature, you get to that point where you think it looks like hot garbage, and you're doing your best and you're doing your best, and you just hate the way it looks. But then if you push past that point, then somehow magically it actually looks better. It's just your own perception. It just you're not done. That's part of it. So you think oh, it looks awful, but it's really just if you were to take a car and only paint it halfway, it's going to look like crap. But if you just push through that point, kind of like working out, you're exercising and trying to lose weight, and you get to that plateau, and you feel like you can't go any further. Just do it and push past it, and you will be amazed what you come up with. See, that's actually starting to look better. What do you think? Better?
I have opinions, but...
Okay, that means he doesn't like it. He's being polite.
No, it does look good, though. The combination.
Yeah, I wanted that dark blue deep in the recesses, but I didn't want it,
Yeah, I have
blue.
opinions on my own thing. I think this was the wrong color.
You know what? Actually, are you doing the skin?
No, this.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing the skin. Yeah, I kind of agree with you that I would have stuck with the dark blue. It was a nice contrast.
Yeah, I'll put that back.
Sometimes you gotta screw up to learn your lesson.
Where is the medium one? Yeah, this will work.
We still have a long way. We've got, I think, 10 days, or at least another week before the Sunday show-off show to get these and all of our other projects done, so that you can see everything all at once. And I'm looking forward to that, but I'm actually looking more forward to April. Not just because my birthday's in April, but because I have since it's my birthday month, I get to pick the theme of the month, and I pick something very near and dear to my heart. And you guys will have to wait a little bit longer to find out what that is, but I do think you guys will enjoy every bit of it. Okay, and now since I don't want to waste paint, I'm going to add a little bit more white to this, to do the sides of her skirt just a little bit lighter and get rid of some of that glossiness. What brush was I using? I guess I'll just use this one. Hopefully it'll be a light enough gray to not look the same as the cape, and not be white, because then I'm going to go over it with white anyways. But I do want it to still be gray.
Skin look good?
You know what? It doesn't look too bad. He is a storm giant. I'm really surprised you didn't use any purples in there. I would have actually used some purples.
I was thinking about using purple on
the helmet.
Yes. Think I should?
No, I think it looks better now that you didn't. I mean, you have all those blues, and same here. We're just using up nothing but blues. For these.
These.
Hit them in the water.
Yes.
You got water over there, but yeah, okay.
I don't want to use that because of mistake brushes.
Okay. Which he's not actually needed
ever
much. No,
I've used them, but
he's getting better, and I
meant this year.
Yeah, and I wanted.
Actually, have I? No, I used them. Well, off camera, quite a lot, but on camera, I think once.
It's been a while. You're like I said, you're getting better, and thanks, Graham, for the nice words in your last comments. The little guy is really coming along. We're about a year and a half. We've been doing this together, and he's really improved a lot. I wish I had improved as much as he has. Excuse me, folks. But I've been doing this for 40 years, and I was telling somebody the other day that I actually got my real start using nothing but craft paints, and it was I think it was a T-shirt story, and I was telling that I've been I spent probably 20 years using nothing but craft paints. And are you done?
No.
Oh, okay, I was like,
there's no way I'm done.
Yeah.
But where's the mummy robes?
Oh, mummy robes? It's right over here.
Thank you.
That I went for more than 20 years using nothing but craft paints, and one of the good things about craft paints is it teaches you to really learn, with the bare minimums. You really have to, mix your paints, water them down, and learn, the hard way.
Drybrushing paint?
It's not bad, but you really have to be very careful when you scrape it off. But I like it because it's got a nice light touch. Use the lid to scrape it off, and then use the napkin. But
be gentle with it?
Yeah, but test it before you use it. Test it on something, not just the napkin, but lightly dry brush whatever you're going for. But craft paints really teach you a lot about being not just careful, but to really learn.
I love this right here.
I'm guessing that's sarcasm or facetiousness.
I really just
hate it.
I can't tell.
But I learned a lot from using craft paints before, I even knew about washes and other techniques, and they've got a pretty steep learning curve, but once you get it, and once you learn it, and then going into regular paints like Army Painter or Citadel or Reaper or what have you, you've learned a lot of the lessons.
This paint specifically feels really weird.
Mummy robes, yeah, it is kind of maybe a little too thick.
I mean, it looks.
But you know what? Actually, you're doing a great job on that.
I think I actually.
I mean,
it's.
Go ahead.
Perfect.
I was watching.
I
forget who I was watching, and I really hate it because he's one of my favorite painters, and he uses this cream color. I'll try to remember for next episode, but he was painting an army, and he uses this cream color to dry brush the whole army. Just quick, table ready style. But he's such a good painter that it's better than just table ready. But he was using this cream color. I forget exactly what color it was, to just do the whole army. They were already, kind of like a chaos army or orcs or something. And he used this cream color on everything. I mean, just everything. And I'm thinking, what color do I have? What color do I have? I went looking through the craft paints. And then I'm like, oh my God, mummy robes. And we were just talking about mummy robes. I think it was the last episode where I'm like, I never used this color. And now I used it on something we're going to show off Tuesday. and he's using it now, and I've been using it for other things. It's actually a great cream color.
I really like how this rope thing is turning out.
Exactly my point. It's like
it's
it's
very
perfect.
good paint.
Yeah, and we were just saying, yeah, I've almost never used it. And now it's going to be one of those colors that we use all the dang time. Yeah, exactly. And I really want to thank whoever that was, but I don't remember his name, and I feel awful about it. But I will go back and yeah, I think he also has the name Geek in his.
I believe I'm done for now.
For today, really? You're killing me.
Oh, where's the? Can you get that contrast paint?
Which one? There's like 12.
The blue one.
This one.
Yes.
Shake it good. Be careful when you open it, because it is cursed by being a Citadel bottle. And
yes.
I know we're not alone out there. I again this week I saw half a dozen people who spilled their Citadel paints all over the table. One guy I saw, he was smart though. He put his paint on like a really big ceramic plate. And I don't know if you're watching out there, but that's a great idea, is put the paints, use a big ceramic plate in your work area so that if you spill that bottle, you can, use a dropper syringe kind of thing and slurp it all back up and not actually,
lose any?
Pretty much, yeah.
That would have been nice to know when I lost all that neon paint.
Yeah. The orange?
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of craft paints, we have this neon orange that I've literally had in my collection for, like I said, 20 years.
And it's the greatest paint of all time.
Yeah, it really is. We love that, and it's.
And one time I spilled it and lost about half the bottle.
Yeah, but he spilled it on the floor of all places, and you know how I got it up off the floor? With a spatula. It's a thick paint, and I was able to get probably 90% of what he spilled on the floor.
With a spatula.
With a spatula.
If it wasn't for the fact that we lost a significant amount of that paint, which really any is a significant amount considering one bottle, and once we lose it, we're never getting it back.
Right, and the reason
we're
why...
We're going to wait 30 years to get more.
I was just going to get to that. The reason it's so special for us is because it's separated, because it's such an old bottle of paint that it basically became a contrast craft paint.
Not even a contrast paint, just two paints.
Yeah, it's we use it for all of our neon, not neon, but lava and fire effects, and it really just turns out phenomenal, without having, the skill to do some of the lava effects that other people are.
No, this is my favorite blue of all time.
That contrast?
Yes.
Yeah, I like it too.
It's not even just my favorite blue paint, just my favorite blue color.
Yeah, someone was doing a video. I think it was Uncle Adam saying how much he hates it, and I'm like, you know what? That's what I did this cloak with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explains why I like it.
Looking better, huh?
Yeah. Never said look bad.
But I really don't like the pose.
Opinions on what?
I don't really like the pose of this figure. It's just, like I said before, I actually prefer this Cloud Giant from Reaper, but look, it's dinky.
I mean, I hate them both.
She's just dinky. I know she's a giant compared to Doc Savage here, but, she's still dinky compared to this. This is awesome, but it's just a weird pose. Well, let me do a little bit more dry brushing on this blue and tone it down a little. I really wanted to get to the white tonight, and yeah, it really looks.
Does the blue look better now that I pieced up?
Yeah, it does. It looks 100 times better. But I really, you know what? Why don't you try using the? Do you like the way this turned out for the lightning?
Yes, but it's not lightning.
But for your lightning, and you could just.
I might do that.
You could just maybe try doing a little bit of that while I.
Let's gonna do some.
So that I can.
I was gonna do something else
tonight because I want to do a little bit more in this video, just because I like to paint.
Yes, you do.
And this week I didn't quite get as much painting done as I wanted to. As you can see, my table of shame over here, which is just a microscopic collection of shame. I just didn't get enough painting done in this week, and I really noticed later on in the week. Oh man, that's too much. I could feel that I needed to paint more, but I had a lot of other things. I'm working on a side project for somebody that I can't really talk about just yet, but you know, if you guys know, then you know. Let me see if I can get the white. You don't want to do the blue wash on there yet? On the lightning?
No.
Okay. Put Doc Strange away somewhere. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of white, and then I'll wait, and I'll do the color shifting off camera. I really wanted to see if that was gonna work out. It's coming out more gray than white, but we'll see. But yeah, I think you got the better end of the deal, getting to paint the Storm Giant.
Yeah.
And I know if you had to paint this Cloud Giant, it would not, you would just not, you know.
Nah.
But that's one of the tricks a lot of people won't tell you is, you know, never paint a miniature you hate. If you hate the miniature, you know, sometimes you could pull it off and actually turn it around.
I mean, I don't hate the original gargantuan skeleton dragon. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
It just was boring.
Yeah, it was. And we need to find a new line of dragons or something like that for our.
We can, you know.
I think it was Grimm who suggested we just do dragons, but I don't want to change it to change it to giants. I don't want to change it to the giant of the month.
Nah.
Because later on this year we're going to be getting the Archon Studio dragons. I think there's the Phoenix and the Ghost Dragon, and I know little guy, he always gets to paint the cool stuff, and I just get to watch when that happens. But he also wants to paint up another Xeno Dragon, so maybe
because
in July.
Mine were not good.
Maybe in July
Mine was not
I'll
good.
let him paint up one of those, and I'll paint the Phoenix or the Ghost Dragon. But yeah, that looks a lot better than it did, and it almost looks cloudy too.
Perhaps.
What are you doing? Crazy kid. But here, let me get this stuff out of the way so we can give you some parting shots for the night. Get all that crap out of there. Come on, bring your Storm Giant up here. Give it a little spin. Slowly. Okay, a little faster. Actually, you know, let's bring it back a little, so I think that's better for the camera. We can get our pretty faces in the shot. Yeah, you got the better end of the deal. And you did such a good job on that. Although I do think you need, if it was me, I would try to dry brush these like runes in gold or silver.
I don't want to do gold.
Yeah.
Oh, silver maybe.
Maybe even copper.
No, every time I see blue and yellow, I think ocean. And anytime I see blue and orange, I don't know what I think. No, that...
So there you have it,
was
folks.
it... What was he green and purple, or was he green and...
Green and purple, you were giving me a hard time for using too much.
No, I meant orange and purple.
Orange and purple, I don't know what that...
No, that was orange and yellow. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
That's alright, folks.
The words that I'm saying are not the words that are in my brain.
Okay. So there you have it, folks. That's it for tonight. Hope you guys are at the beginning of your spring break and enjoying the week off, or a couple weeks off, whatever you guys get. And have a great week. We will be back Tuesday with a game kind of review, and then of course Wednesday I'll be bringing a book review, craft on Thursday, Ardo review on Friday. So until then, have a great week. We love you guys and see you real soon. And don't forget, hit up all those channels that I mentioned at the beginning of the show because they're all great guys and they really made me feel right at home. And thanks again, guys. Bye.
Good night.